face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US of A. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. So many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. Witness my majesty's.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday. The third stream of the day for me. My social battery is getting low. I need super chats to keep me going. All right, I'm going to stop talking like that. Hi, everyone. Good to see you here for another wonderful episode of CobraCast. Hang on just a second. I'm getting messages. Let's see. All right. Anyway, welcome in. Boomer talk. What are you talking about? No. Okay. Jeremy channeling his DSP. I didn't whip anything out. Okay. I didn't whip anything out, so you can't accuse me of that. But anyway, good to see all of you here. And of course, as always, Marmillin showing up for the pre-stream chat grift tax. See what X-Wing has done with his pork chop sandwich BS. This man has to be stopped. Oh, that's going to be a huge topic on Tuesday night's main event. Huge topic, okay? So, big topic, all right? So don't even worry about it. There's going to be a lot of debate for sure. AJ says, I don't like iPhones. I'm a Samsung kind of guy. You know, I didn't even think about the fact that we already had the Samsung meme. I don't know if Samsung is here, but now we have the iPhone meme as well. So we're cooking pretty good over here, okay? We're cooking pretty good. So I'm very, very excited about that. Absolutely. Packy Proton says, Black Smoke means the latest Supreme Leader has been selected. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. I did like this. Factual Mage says, fuck, I love CobraCast. And then he says, I love CobraCast so fucking much. That's what I'm talking about. I like the hype. I like the enthusiasm. We need more of that around these parts. Okay. Let's see. Clumsy Dork says Ryan Kennel has been pissed since the war started and won't shut up about it. He tends to do that a lot. Packy Proton says, I feel like IDOT needs a sidekick. How about don't be a on Packing Protons. Did you just drop a proper 199? Packing Protons. Packing Protons tags me all the time on Twitter with topics. Sometimes it's fake shit, but I respect it because he's like, Jeremy needs to know about this. Jeremy needs to know about this. Jeremy needs to know about this. And I'm not complaining. Like, a lot of my topics come from you, because like the absolutely insane amount of mentions, and I appreciate it. Like, look at here. Let's just go. Okay, look at this. All right, so I just went to my mentions, okay? My mentions right here, okay? Second mention, packing protons 25 minutes ago. All right. I mean, you just like, there's packing protons again. So good stuff in the packing protons again. So he's on it. He is always letting me know what's going on. So thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So again, if you want a good follow, you should follow Packing Protons. Here, let me show you his account right there. All right. There. Okay. And you don't even follow me? What the fuck? You tag me all day long and you don't even follow me? The fuck is this shit? You'll super chat me a proper 199. You tag me all day long and you don't even follow me. What kind of shit is this? What type of M. Night Shyamalan bullshit is this? I respect it even more now. I respect you even more. That is awesome. He's like, fuck you. I'm not going to follow you. Go fuck yourself. I respect that. All right. That's good shit. So there you have it. He's trying to avoid Mossad. Thank you, Packing Proton. Stormbreaker says, all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy and King Trump. Heir to the Empire says, recharge super tax. Thank you. Code melted says, car video tax. Shorty Short says, Jerry's social battery tax. Stormbreaker says, Trump is my king. This I command. Peter says, JD advanced tax, iPhone tax, Hail 199, USA flag. Summer says, I look forward to your video. I hope to meet you. Hey, are you going to be at MegaCon or the meetup? Let's go. I hope so. It's going to be awesome. Pork chop sandwich for $1. Thank you. Soundwave Superior says, shout out to Blaine for finding the hidden Culver's pork chop sandwich 199. Praise Ara. Hashtag no more beardos. Let's see. I always forget how to say your fucking name because you got it typed so fucking weird. Did you see the Babylon Beef video about the new Supreme leaders? Fucking hilarious. No, I did not. I did not see that one. But a proper 199 means that we have to get a visit from the one, the only Sydney Sweeney, because proper 199s means just that. Okay. It means just that. Olympian Product says, I watch CobraCast to punish myself. Thank you for that, Olympian Product. I greatly appreciate that. Means a lot coming from you. Tommy says, I love CobraCast. Not a bot, not paid by Israel. Not paid by Israel. So there's a lot actually to catch up on, but we got to do a little bit of housekeeping first. Okay, a little bit of housekeeping. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. The panel is set 10:15 a.m. MegaCon, Saturday morning, March 21st. Geeks and Gamers, the importance of pop culture. And there you have our panel right there. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see all of you there. So 10:15 a.m. Be there or don't. So Pyro Morpheus, there we have it. I'm gonna forget it next time too. But there you have it. Okay. Will Benny be there again? Not sure. I haven't talked to him about it yet, so we'll see. Also, a 2-hour meetup officially right now. And this is like as of about an hour ago, we had 10 spots left. So it's packed. It's absolutely packed. So yeah, there you have it, man. You know, there's like there were 10 spots available earlier. This is going to be the biggest meetup we have ever had. Why does Eric July have to be there? Specifically to piss you off. Specifically to piss you off. In fact, I might now, just because of your comment, I may just have them put Ripa first just to make him the headliner. I may just get Steph to put Ripa first just to piss you off. I hope it does. But yeah. Matt says she woke up to eat ice cream. Haha. I made her wear a MAGA hat when Trump won at Christmas to make my libtard sister mad. Hell yes. Let's go. I'm happy to hear that, brother. Happy she's awake. That's awesome. Paul says everyone unfollowing Jeremy Twitter now to gain his respect. Udai says, just saw a report that an axe murderer cannibal in my state who successfully pled insanity in 2011 was just conditionally released for displaying stability in a group home. Fuck my blue state. Holy shit. That is absolutely insane. My goodness. It's freaking Democratic leadership, man. Ruining everything. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Okay, so right here. We've had a lot happen since I was live earlier. Graptar Zammer says the Iran war is just a distraction from Breaking Guthrie. You know, as a matter of fact, we had a Breaking Guthrie update, which, again, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But it's pretty funny because, again, the situation is just an absolute joke. But right here it is, okay? Mysterious woman just arrived at Nancy Guthrie's home and went to her front door. Very strange. What the hell?
This is crazy. A woman just comes up and just, oh my goodness, she's going, this is, whoa. Hey, what's going on? Are you the family? What got you to go up on the porch?
What the freak?
Your family? Who are you?
What? I like how I knew this was I knew this was going to happen. All right. I knew this was going to happen. Hang on. Right. Who said it? Somebody said kind of would. Kind of would. But yeah, so like, well, this is better writing than anything Hollywood can ever give us. Okay.
What the heck? This is crazy. A woman just comes up and just, oh my goodness, she's going, this is, whoa. Hey, what's going on? Are you the family? What got you to go up on the porch?
Why is someone there to film her? That's JLR Investigates. He's been on top of this for a while.
Your family? Who are you?
Oh, shit. Look who's in my chat. Mike Ehrman Trout is in my chat. Jeremy, there's nothing to see. Let this go. Don't make me tell you twice. Yes, sir, Mike. I am so sorry. I will let this go. I don't want to piss you off. I'm so sorry, Mike. I will let this go. We'll finish this video out and I'll let this go. That is wild right there. Let's see. That reminds me of something that I saw. I got to see if I have it though. I think I have it. Let me go through and see. It's a tweet that I saw a while back, and it makes so much sense. And I don't know if I saved it. Right here it is, okay? Right here it is. Sometimes when I'm feeling stressed out, I make a list of actionable steps, and I imagine Mike Ehrmantraut saying, "This is what you're going to do." That is the most motivating way right there. You make a list of things, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, and then you pretend that you're Mike, and you're like, "This is what you're going to do. Don't make me tell you again." That's perfect right there. All right. So we have had a lot that has happened today. I don't know where to start, man. There's so much to address, but I think we will address good old Joe Biden. Joe Biden. So today was Jesse Jackson's funeral today, and Joe Biden, well, he had some things to say. Biden at Jesse Jackson's funeral says, "I am a hell of a lot smarter than most of you." I gotta say, man, between you and Gavin Newsom, starting to really appreciate the Democratic Party.
If I told you all earlier when I was a kid I had a cleft palate or a club foot, none of you would have laughed. But it's okay to laugh at stuttering. I'm not being critical of you, but think about it. It's the one place where people think you're stupid. Oh, really? I'm a hell of a lot smarter than most of you. But all kidding aside, if I told you all earlier when I was a kid I had a cleft palate or a club foot, none of you would have laughed. But it's okay to laugh at stuttering. I'm not being critical of you, but think about it. It's the one place where people think you're stupid. Oh, really? I'm a hell of a lot smarter than most of you.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. It's so good. It is so good to watch them continue to make a fool of themselves and each other. Now, this was Jesse Jackson's funeral. And of course, Kamala Harris and Barack Hussein Obama used Jesse Jackson's funeral to what? Go after Donald Trump. Of course. And Kamala Harris decided to bring back the black accent. Here we go.
Let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming. But what I did not predict is that we would not have Jesse Jackson with us right now to help us get through this.
Oh my goodness. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? These people are absolutely broken beyond belief.
And this afternoon has been such a beautiful remembrance of his spirit, his life, and his faith. And in a way that Reverend Al talked about it and so many others have, I do think of this afternoon as what it is doing for me to renew my faith in what is possible, fueled by the hope that Jesse Jackson so often reminded us of.
You know, Kamala, I agree. I agree. And in memory of Jesse Jackson, I would like to show some images of Mr. Jackson hanging out with a guy named Donald Trump. Wow. Man, that's interesting. Oh, wow. There's Jesse Jackson with Donald Trump. Oh, wow. There's Jesse Jackson with Donald Trump. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, you know, Or you could maybe go back to in the 90s, Jesse Jackson considered Donald Trump a good friend and praised him for doing more than anyone else to help minority communities. Oh, my goodness. Wow. You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
I now want to bring forth a friend who has...
A friend?
Well, he is deceptive in that his social style is of such. One can miss his seriousness and his commitment, but his success is beyond argument. When we opened this Wall Street project and we talked about it, he gave us space at 40 Wall Street, which was to make a statement about our having a presence there. And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others.
So he supported you? He supported you for running for president? Wow. I wonder if you paid him the same courtesy. The guy you claimed as a friend, the guy you claimed as a good man, I wonder if you gave him the same courtesy as he gave you.
I thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. And so aside from all of style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person who is an effective builder of building for the builder of people. Last year, he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
Well, it is an honor to be here, and I was with Jesse last year, and we had a lot of fun, and it was a little different. Jesse started off by saying, most of the wealth in this country is in the hands of a few. And I thought to myself, is that a bad thing?
So again, this guy, Jesse Jackson, loved Donald Trump until, of course, he was told that he couldn't love Donald Trump. And so he had to actually turn on Donald Trump.
What's wrong with that, Jesse? But he did have an expression last year. And I was just telling Roger, he had an expression last year, the wall on wall must fall. And you haven't used it today, and I'm very disappointed in this, Jesse, because I thought it was a great expression. And I heard
This is why, like, for me, I guess, just when I grew up and knowing of Donald Trump and knowing how famous he was and how respected he was and how much the media loved him, how much all of the Hollywood people loved him, everybody that was powerful and influential wanted Donald Trump around them. They all wanted to be around him. They all wanted pictures with him. They all were all about Trump. And what it does is it shows me the way that they all turned on him because of politics. It does show me that there is literally nobody above these evil people turning on you. It doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter, man. If you're not in the club, they will completely destroy you no matter what. And this is proof positive of it right here.
expression about 14 times, and then he came to me at the end of the session, and he said, listen, I want some office space in your building on Wall Street, because the wall on wall will fall. And I said, it's okay, Jesse, I'll make a good deal with you. I'll get you some space. You'll pay about $40 a foot. And he said, no, I don't want to pay 40. I said, how about 30? No. It was the cheapest deal I ever made in the history of 40 Wall Street. Is that right? He got it for nothing.
Yes, do one thing and they'll turn on you. Look at J.K. Rowling, 100%. And she is every single thing that the left claims that they want. She's everything that they say they want. They say that they want a strong, intelligent woman that has created a legacy. That's who she is. I don't like her, but I respect the hell out of this woman for what she has created. She is a billionaire. She is literally a female George Lucas, is who she is. Now, she's a feminist. She's a crazy, crazy leftist. She's a psychopath. But that doesn't change the fact that I have an incredible amount of respect for the world that she has created, the brand she's created, and the legacy that she has going to be leaving behind. She is the female George Lucas. Harry Potter was created by her. It's in the same level as Star Wars, and it's going to live forever. That brand will live forever. Even if it gets damaged like Star Wars has, Star Wars will still be relevant because of George's creation at its core. And so because she has one opinion that doesn't line up with the crazy leftist, which is the trans issue. She has one opinion. They despise her big time. Like almost not as bad as Trump, but they hate her a big time. They really do.
Is that right? He got it for nothing. He's a very tough negotiator. We know that, right? Nah, he's a terrific guy. We love him, and I'm here for him. And the snow came, and I said, gee, nobody's going to show up. And look at this place. It's packed. Well, I just say a few words. I mean, Wall Street and...
What up, memology in the house? Long time no see, brother. I know you're killing it over there on your channel. That's my buddy, memology. He's been in this little world of ours the whole time when G&G was growing. Memology was starting out, and here he is, man, crushing it. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
New York City and this whole region is doing unbelievably well. I'm building a job on the west side, which is the largest job ever approved by the New York City Planning Commission. You see it going up along the West Side Highway. It's almost 10.
So we don't need to, obviously the rest of this is here if you want to check it out. MJ Truth Ultra right here. But the point being is that Jesse Jackson, just like Oprah, just like every other major figure at that time, all loved Trump until, of course, they couldn't. So now you have Isaiah Thomas, okay? I think this is Isaiah, right? Yeah, this is Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas stands up at the Jesse Jackson Memorial and he honors Hillary and Kamala Harris as President Harris and President Clinton. Just an absolute disrespect of President Trump. Okay?
I also like to honor the 5 presidents who are sitting here today. President Harris, President Clinton, President Bill Clinton, First Lady Jill Biden, President Biden, and Chicago's own South Side, President Barack Obama.
There you have it. So this is a good time for me to remind everyone that Michael Jordan hates Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah Thomas is very bitter over Michael Jordan's hatred of him. There's the rumor that I don't know if it's been confirmed. I'm pretty sure it is, but that Jordan kept him off of the Olympic team. And I've never been more thankful for that than right now to listen to this idiot run his mouth. Because, yeah, man, just absolutely disrespectful in every way possible. It's not surprising, but this is what they do. And so I'm really happy that Michael Jordan really hates Isaiah Thomas. Makes me very happy. Bro, these kids have no idea who Isaiah Thomas is. I know, but some people do. I've got a little bit of an older audience, so some of them do know who Isaiah Thomas is. And look, regardless of how I feel about Isaiah as a person, he is a hell of a player. He was a hell of a player. So I'm not going to disrespect him from that perspective. But yeah, what a terrible human being. Oh no, did she really bring back Unburdened by What Has Been? Oh no, she didn't.
Understand, as has been said, the beauty that comes after the storm when we see what is possible and what can be unburdened by what has been.
Oh no. No, she didn't. She literally brought back Unburdened by What Has Been. Oh my goodness.
Can we talk about Kamala Harris? Yeah, we got to, because I mean, I know some people want her to be president and other people want her to just go away. Me, I'd just be happy for her to get some new material. Here's the vice president this week at the Reading Area Community College.
The point about progress is to have the ability to have a vision and a belief and some faith in what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been. Hey, feels, I don't know, like I've heard that before.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
All right, enough. I've got 5 more minutes of that stuff.
Holy crap. So yeah, she really brought it back. She really brought it back for Jesse.
Understand, as has been said, the beauty that comes after the storm when we see what is possible and what can be unburdened by what has been. As he once said, when a barrier falls.
I like how Benny said Kamala Harris is playing the hits today. She's bringing back all the hits. The Kamala Harris Greatest Hits Tour.
For one of the locked out, it opens the doors for all. And that is what he told me and what he taught me and how he inspired me.
Freedom. Nandy 450 says Trump said it. I'm not going to say it, but I'll let Trump say it. Okay. How about that? I'll let Trump say it. Here we go right here.
And I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men. Men, I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men.
Black men. And of course, since we're on it, we got to play this one. Okay.
We have a protester inside, which isn't even very often. I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have an African-American.
That was Donald Trump during a campaign rally in California earlier, giving a shout out to a black audience member he referred to as my African-American.
Great guy. One more time. It's just too good.
We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So.
Oh, man. So as far as this goes, the Kamala Harris nonsense, Barack Hussein Obama, the rest of them, TDS dominates their life. Donald Trump dominates their life. And so they can continue to cry all they want, but ultimately it does not matter. Joe Biden can get on stage and say what he said. Nobody actually cares. So it's just a cringe fest is all it is. However, we did have Trump live today. And it was an interesting one because Nick Saban was there. That's right. The GOAT of college football coaching, Nick Saban, was in the house. And this was about saving college sports today. President Trump held a roundtable today, and there was a couple of interesting moments here.
We're gathered today to discuss an important threat to the integrity and culture of college sports, the inability to set rules on eligibility, transfers, name, image, and likeness, and more, much more than that, in the face of endless lawsuits. And it's what's going on with the legal community is incredible. We had a lawsuit a couple of years ago by a radical left judge from California who decided, knowing nothing about.
So I'll give you the talking points. I know most of you don't care about the sports angle, but college football, as a huge fan of college football, lifelong college football fan, college football has been absolutely ruined by the NIL and the transfer portal. It has fundamentally ruined college football, and that's what this was about. Now, long story short is that Trump is considered, I think he says he's going to sign an executive order to fix this situation with college sports. Very happy about that. And one thing that happened today was Trump was asked during this, he was asked about Iran, and this is what happened. Okay.
Give it a 12 to a 15. Their army is gone. They're just about, look, their Navy is gone. Their communications are gone. Their leaders are gone. 2 sets of their leaders are gone. They're down to their 3rd set. Their Air Force is wiped out entirely. Think of it. They have 32 ships. All 32 are at the bottom of the ocean. Other than that, they're doing very well, Coach. Very well.
He leaned over to Nick Saban as he said all 32 of their ships are at the bottom of the ocean. But other than that, they're doing very well, Coach. And he looks over at Coach Saban, which is fucking fantastic. Oh, my gosh.
Very well, Coach.
Let me back it up a little bit.
Other than that, they're doing very well, Coach. Very well. We're doing, our military is doing phenomenally.
So someone memed that moment right here with President Trump.
Their army is gone. They're just about, look, their Navy is gone. Their communications are gone. Their leaders are gone. 2 sets of their leaders are gone. They're down to their 3rd set. Their Air Force is wiped out entirely. Think of it. They have 32 ships. All 32 are at the bottom of the ocean. Other than that, they're doing very well, Coach.
If you know anything about Nick Saban, it's just fucking funny that that he's there. I will say I'm a little shocked because I kind of always assumed that Nick Saban was a liberal, and he might be a liberal. But I'm very shocked that he's there, and not only he's there because he's actually met with Trump multiple times now. And so I'm obviously happy about it, that he's there. And I hope he becomes the commissioner of college football. We will see. Before we continue, Night Owl for 2 $50 super chats. Says part 1 of 2, longtime viewer lurker, first time super chatter. I just wanted to finally give the best streamer who's totally not a Mossad agent some support. I can't thank you and this snake pit enough for getting me through some tough times. To show my gratitude, I made something for you, the 199 in the snake pit, and I emailed it to you. Hope you enjoy. Also, my bragging rights, I was at the first Trump Butler rally in 2020. Holy crap. That's a hell of a bragging right there, brother. So I appreciate it, man. And I will check that out. And I will check that out. I haven't seen anything come to my email yet. It may be another one, but I will check it out. And if it's something I can play on the show, I'll do that in the future. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Now, the other thing that I thought was very cool is Governor Ron DeSantis was there. This is one of the most complimentary things that you could say to Trump. Like what DeSantis says, and I've already said it, I'm over any issues I have with DeSantis. He's a phenomenal governor, and I like Ron DeSantis. So, but right here, this is perfectly said by Governor DeSantis.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for doing this. I mean, you have pedaled to the metal on so many different issues, from national security to border to energy, and you're not taking the pedal off any of that. And you could be forgiven to say college sports is important, but your plate's full, and you just added it to all the other things that you're doing. And I thank you for that, because this would not get done without your leadership. No one else could get this group together. No one else could work with Congress to be able to do it. And so I appreciate it, because it is important to a lot of people. I mean, we know this is out of whack. We went from a system where you couldn't give a student athlete anything. They could sell your jersey, you get nothing, to now quarterback throws for 300 yards and they go see the coach. Hey, I need more money. Give me more money from the club. Okay, I'll transfer. Or they get money and I don't want to play in that bowl game. Sorry, I'm just going to sit out. And I think that that's been bad, certainly for college football and college sports. But let's just be clear. And a lot of the speakers have said, and I speak from being in the South, college football is king. It's not even close. University of Florida is the reigning NCAA basketball national champion.
It is king. It's king.
The football team, I think they won 4 games. So guess what? Are the fans happy being the NCAA? Not really. They're mad because football didn't do good. And football has been able to generate so much money over the years that it's subsidized a lot of the other programs, a lot of these non-revenue sports. People have had more and more opportunities. Well, now with the collectives and how much it's costing football, the costs are going up dramatically, and it is threatening these other sports. And
so anyway, that was good comments from Governor DeSantis. And I think they're probably going to get something done. What? Not sure. But Trump also got a little frustrated because, of course, he did. Because somebody, let me see if I can find it. Someone asked him a question. This is so fucking good. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but if not, I will repeat it. But listen to this.
As you know, my son.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to hear it. So this guy stands up and it's question. As you know, my son Joe is a high-level Division I athlete. Trump said, "How would I know that?" And then Trump says, he said, "As you know, I didn't even know who that guy is." Just absolutely just savage as hell, dude.
As you know, my son Joe is a high-level D1 athlete, third-year relief pitcher, University of Maryland.
How would I know that?
We're really involved.
You said that.
Because I've told you.
The guy is.
I've told you that.
That's all right.
Thank you. But
how would I know that? Like, good Lord, dude. Like, just smacking people down like crazy. And I'm like, that's got to be embarrassing. That poor guy's probably like, fuck. And I saw this as well, really quick for many of you. I don't know how many people we have that are from Michigan, but there was a massive tornado in Michigan. Stunning video shows a tornado tearing through a parking lot and hurling debris into the air at Three Rivers, Michigan. Do we have anybody in Michigan right now?
It's all right.
Yeah, and I've seen some other clips of it, and it looked pretty bad. I don't know if there's any casualties or anything like that. I hope not. Let me look and see if I can find that other view. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Holy shit, dude. Look at this. Look at that. Tornadoes in Michigan are not normal. That makes it even worse. Yeah, that's so right here. It looks like, let's see, wild footage. This is another one right here.
Holy cow. Wow. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Lissandra, lock the door.
Holy crap.
You guys are chickens.
Stay safe.
Lock it.
I'm on.
Yeah.
Dude, you see how intense that just picked up? It just happened so quickly.
Lissandra, lock this door. You guys are chickens.
Stay safe.
Lock it.
I'm on.
Yeah. It's all right.
Power. So again, this is the direction the tornado is coming from. Went right through the heart of Three Rivers. So we're talking about Century Bank, talking about Applebee's, Marshalls. Looks like it just potentially missed Applebee's and Marshalls before rolling into this building. Unsure of what this building is.
Is the Culver's safe? Is the Culver's all right?
Because all the signage is gone. And it looks like some of the exterior walls are actually taken down as well. I can see inside the building. First, to make sure that no one was in distress, so that I wouldn't be capturing video and broadcasting it when someone was in a really dire situation. So this is looking at the damage after the tornado has passed through. You can see the light pole. I mean, that light is completely shredded apart. I'm going to do my best to zoom in, try to keep it.
So there you have it. So I just wanted to show that because this was pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy tornadoes in Michigan. And apparently that's a rare thing that we don't get a lot of. I wasn't even aware of that. So, okay. Let me catch up on some super chats really quickly. Let's see. Steven says, Jeremy, can you please sponsor me to get to MegaCon? I will fly Spirit Airlines and stay at the Motel 6. I mean, I don't know about all that, but I'd love if you can make it out here for a future one for sure. Grapdars Hammer says that the Iran war is just a distraction from Breaking Guthrie. I got that one. Jim P says prayers for Eastern Oklahoma, first 2026 server tornadoes, strong storms in the Southwest Arkansas, Southern Missouri, and Kansas. There always are tornadoes out there, it seems like, man. Always. Every time I turn around, there's tornadoes out there. Coopster says, I tagged you on Twitter with the great opener. Been done messed up. Bring on the Tropic Thunder memes. Yes, Ben Stiller asked for it, and now he's getting memed like crazy. Alex Arrowcave says, coming to the panel and meet up. Meta PC code 199. That's right. You can go to Meta PC, get you a brand new computer, and let them know the 199 sent you. Use that promo code. Vault 199 Gaming says some bearded guy is claiming to be vice president. Yeah, I keep seeing that guy on TV. I have no idea who he is. John freaking Murdoch says crazy weather tax. What's up, John? Hail to you as always. John sent a super chat and didn't reference Jessica. Something's wrong. Something's weird about that. Just saying. You've been called out. CG says Rowling is on the left 99.9% on issues. OJK Rowling is on the left 99.9% of the time, but the persona non grata when she disagrees on that 0.1%. How petty is the left? They tell you every single day. Every single day. Grapdar Hammer says no half measures tax. Brighton Matt says, did you use the word? Remember Trump saying this to Joe Biden? You should play the clip. I don't know about that clip off the top of my head. Flag Ninja says Jesse Jackson walked so Kamala could drink. Quentin says, remember when Junior won Daytona in 2001? Oh, I'll never forget it. It's one of the greatest moments in sports history for me. The July race, the Pepsi 400. Yep. Legendary stuff, man. And Michael finished second. Michael Walter finished second. Cramerica Industry says they used to be a radio show that had a what the hell Jesse Jackson say bit where callers would say, guess what he's saying. Haha. Really? I don't know if I remember that or not. The horror host says controversial opinion for this stream. The Sopranos is better than Breaking Bad and has the better YouTube edits. Honestly, that's a big debate on what has better memes and all of that, Sopranos or Breaking Bad. I don't know what the consensus would be. I feel like it's very close though. If it's Breaking Bad or Sopranos, it's very close. I am not reading that, but thank you for the super chat or your name anyway. So love you, Jeremy. CG says, anytime I see Harris speak, I keep thinking just how close she came to being president, and it makes me cringe. Thank God for President Trump. Thank God indeed. Miniature Fun Thing says, Asmongold has been great lately. He's debunking propaganda. Mentioning Trump has been consistent with Iran since the 80s, and saying being anti-Israel doesn't automatically mean you're pro-America. Yeah, I mean, again, I like Asmongold generally. I mean, we're obviously going to have disagreements here and there, but I like Asmongold. So Twisted Clown says, unburdened tax. Evil Black Cat says, let the past die. Kill it if you have to. Kamala. The Under Armour Gamer says, my brother was talking about Trump and the school like it was on purpose. TDS doesn't have a cure. There are very few cases of people overcoming TDS. And I've got a different situation. This is not TDS. However, this is a person that did overcome TDS. This is a person that overcome TDS. So I have to give credit where credit's due. However, this might be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Okay. This is like next level strange shit. All right. I can't believe that this is a thing. Glenn Beck, someone that, overcame TDS, credit where credit's due, uploaded this video. Would the founding fathers approve of Trump's war in Iran? I won't pretend to speak for them, but in January, I sat down with George Washington AI and asked for its views on foreign entanglements and military action. Here's what it said. This is one of the wildest things this is fucking crazy. All right. This is insanity. But the fact that Glenn Beck takes this so seriously and tries to sell it as that is fucking weird.
George, we are trying to not fight foreign wars and not be involved in the world's policemen. But there are times that we have to demonstrate strength in order to prevent conflict. But I don't know where the foreign entanglement begins and where it ends.
When I was president, I did not crave power. I didn't strut in my uniform, dreaming of conquest. In fact, I begged several times to not be the general and not be the president. I didn't want it, but I understood my responsibility. And I also understood that some things that are easy to forget when you're staring down bayonets. Peace is not the default. It has to be guarded deliberately with foresight and strength. My generation lived through a fragile independence. Our new republic was surrounded literally and figuratively by instability. Most of the founders believed that we would not survive to 1820.
This is next level crazy shit, man. What is he doing? Why is he doing this? Like, this is the exact thing that AI makes AI evil. Memes and jokes and all of that shit, that is what AI should be for. When you're treating it like a serious situation, and on top of that, I mean, again, I'm not like I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Glenn Beck or anything like that. I watched Glenn Beck back in the day when he was on Fox, when he was on CNN. I never loved Glenn Beck's show. I listened to his radio show a little bit, but I was never like a big fan of him. But him looking emotional and treating this so seriously kind of calls into question everything this man talks about.
We thought it was an interesting experiment. European powers were sniffing the opportunities. States were threatening to splinter. Loyalists were lurking. None of this was hypothetical. It was the daily background noise of early America.
So how did you protect that freedom?
Well, you said it, through strength. Weakness didn't just invite disagreement, it invited disunion. And I had already seen what happens to authority when it is too diluted. The Continental Congress couldn't pay the troops, they couldn't enforce unity or act decisively. That kind of vacuum doesn't stay empty. Either
Why is he wearing a t-shirt?
chaos fills it or another power does. And that's why I often emphasize the importance of demonstrating readiness, not because I wanted conflict, but to discourage those who did. I said once,
yeah, somebody just said in the chat, like, why didn't he just bring Bill Maher in there to pretend like he's George? You know, like, just pretend, just get Bill Maher, like, hey, Bill, I want to do a skit. All right, I want to do a skit. So why don't you just sit down and just, pretend that you're George Washington?
Prepare for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. That's not saber rattling. That's different. It's insurance. Think of it like this. A homeowner who never locks their door isn't more peaceful. They're just more vulnerable. By showing potential adversaries that the United States could stand united, respond quickly, and protect its liberties that it understands, I believed conflict could be prevented before it exploded. And this wasn't abstract. During the Revolution, even some Virginian leaders wanted to keep pursuing negotiations with Britain. But I came to recognize long before it became popular that some risks had to be met with resolve, not appeasement.
I don't know what Glenn's thinking. This is one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen. Now we can show you what I think AI should be for, okay? And I'm going to bring a meme of my favorite movie and my favorite criminal. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you George Floyd in Interstellar. This is what memes are for.
Holy shit. The Fent doesn't exist within the third dimension. The Fent is a dimension.
Droid, my nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I found a...
Oh, man. You love to see it. There's actually a longer version of that if I could find it. Give me just a minute because I thought that was a longer version. Hang on. I will find the longer version. I got to look it up on YouTube. But yeah, George Floyd in Interstellar. That's what the internet was made for, man. Let's see if I can find it. Come on, there's no way. Is it up? Oh my God, here it is. Here it is.
Within the Holy shit. The Fent doesn't exist within the third dimension. The Fent is a dimension.
Droid, my nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's been here this whole time, contained by gravity, Chauvin's third law. The Fent
Chauvin's third law.
is as old as space-time itself.
He sent us here to find the Fent.
They didn't send us here at all. The Fent did.
The Fent is sentient?
It's been trying to tell us something, Bill. I need to get back to the Hellcat shuttle right now.
I'm on my way.
This is what AI should be for, okay? The vent did. Oh man! But instead, we had Glenn Beck interviewing George AI, which is the weirdest shit ever. So anyway, I wanted to show that off because I was just like, "What the hell?" And he puts this post up like serious. It's got 5.2 million views. He's been ratioed. See, he's like, calm down. George AI has no idea who I am or Trump or the Ayatollah, since so many of you are clearly confused. We broke it down simple in this article. So yeah, that's actually not the way to respond to it, Glenn, to tell people to calm down. Like, this is a stupid post and this is a stupid presentation that you made. And so yeah, just very, very cringe. Very cringe. And then telling the internet to calm down, not going to go over very well. Not going to go over very well at all. We also have this, which is, this is also what the internet is for. Right here. As you know, Tucker Carlson is getting a lot of criticism right now because Trump essentially has kicked him out of MAGA. I don't hate Tucker Carlson or anything like that. I just don't know what his angle is, but he's getting memed a lot. And this right here is, this is the best impersonation of Tucker Carlson I have ever seen. This is so accurate right here.
And I just think this decision to go to war is just a total betrayal of the American people. I think it's treacherous. I think it's horrible. I think it's shameful. I think it's evil.
So you think Trump is an evil traitor?
By the way, nothing against Trump.
Oh.
But clearly this war with Iran, which is a foreign nation, is being motivated by Chabad Lubavitch, which is a Jewish organization. And these Hasidic Jews are clearly very powerful and influential, and they're controlling our government and getting us into war.
You're blaming them?
And by the way, nothing against Chabad.
What? But you just said all that stuff.
It's clear that Ben Shapiro, who is Jewish, hates this country. He's anti-American.
Because he's Jewish?
By the way, nothing against Jewish people.
Uh-huh.
And nothing against Ben Shapiro.
What about what you just said?
And I just think that Christian Zionists are some of the worst people, actually, like the worst people. Like, I hate them. They're shameful. They're disgusting. And by the way, nothing against Christian Zionists.
Sounds pretty against.
But I do think Israel as a country should be condemned. It's been murdering people, just murdering people left and right. It's a murderous regime. It's a disgusting regime. And by the way, not against Israel.
Really?
Like at all.
Well, you know who is against Israel existentially is Hamas and Iran.
Well, from what I understand, Hamas is a political organization, but I don't know if that's true.
Yes, you do.
And by the way, not for Hamas.
You sure?
And as far as World War II goes, I mean, I know we're told we won World War II, but I mean, I think we need to look at who the real chief villains were in that story. I mean, Hitler was a complex person. I think there's things you could admire about him. And by the way, not for Hitler.
What about Churchill?
Shut up, don't say I'm not for Hitler.
All right, Tucker, why do you blatantly lie so much?
By the way, not against lying.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
It's one of my, I do it all the time. I do it every day, and I'm sure I will again.
Right.
I love it.
This is so fucking good. And listening to Tucker and how he talks, he does this all the time. He talks about the thing that he doesn't like as if he knows everything about that thing, and then distances himself from saying he's against that thing. But then when there's something that is objectively bad, like Hamas or something like that, he goes, I don't really know a lot about them. I've heard things. And you're like, hold on, bro. How the fuck do you go from, I know everything about this and everything about that, and then suddenly when it's something that is truly bad, and you're like, well, I don't really know a lot about that. So, I mean, I've heard, that is 1-for-1 how he does shit. 1000%. But here's our boy Tim Pool talking about Trump kicking him out of MAGA, and I want to react to Tim.
Has officially fired Tucker Carlson. That not really fired him because he didn't work for him, but Donald Trump says that Tucker is not MAGA, and Tucker has responded saying that he will always love the president. But of course, Donald Trump has been described as MAGA himself, and thus he decides who is and is not MAGA. This may be true for the most part right now, but certainly won't be true moving forward when Donald Trump, well, ultimately he won't be president anymore. This is his last term, so this is his opportunity.
Number one, not his last term. We don't know that for sure. It could be his last term, and we could have Trump 2028. But regardless of that, Donald Trump is and will continue to be the most important person in politics. As long as Donald Trump is alive, Donald Trump will be the most important person in politics. That's just who he is. He always is the most important person. All right. So if Donald Trump, if you are not in his good graces, you will not lead the Republican Party at all. I'm echoing.
And there are questions about what it really means. Considering it's kind of his brand and he decides, then yeah, pretty much he could just say, you're not MAGA. But that being said, the question here is over support for the war in Iran, for which Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly have been deeply critical. In response to questions about this, Donald Trump said that Tucker Carlson has lost his way. And for some time now, people have been very critical of Tucker Carlson for a variety of issues. But I'll just say this, guys, you know that Tucker had writers, right? People wrote his show. His opening monologue was written for him. Now, sometimes
this is an interesting point that Tim makes right here about having writers on and all of that. And again, I'm not saying I'm oblivious to this, because obviously, common sense tells you this is how it goes. But this is an interesting situation that Tim brings up here in just a minute. But first, we've got JMNZZ450. Says, anyone who has played Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty understands how massively retarded Glenn is being with his Washington AI, which isn't even actual AI. Well said, sir. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Hail to you. So let's back that up, though. Here we go.
it would be... You know that Tucker had writers, right? People wrote his show. His opening monologue was written for him. Now, sometimes it would be based on what he wanted to say. But my general understanding, having met some of these producers and the people who work with them, was that when he was on Fox and he was crushing it with those millions of views he was getting every single night, largely somebody was writing the script for him, for which you would just read.
Now, the reason this is interesting, that what Tim's saying, is because if you've ever watched any of these talking heads on Fox News or MSNBC or CNN, and say you watch the O'Reilly Factor back in the day, okay? When Bill O'Reilly had a guest host, did you notice that the show had literally the same exact energy and talking points? Literally. It was the same exact talking points whenever there was a guest host in. The show was exactly the same, just a different person giving you the information.
Which is true for all of these people. Now, when you watch something like The Five, for the most part, you're getting the real thoughts and opinions of Greg Gutfeld and Jesse Waters, for instance. But Waters' show at night is written by producers and staffers, and probably with input from Jesse himself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay their capabilities. But for the most part, guys, I got to tell you, often these guys, be it Fox or CNN or whatever, they sit down. Here's how it works. There is a teleprompter. It's like a reflective screen that goes over the camera lens. Underneath it is a screen. The camera can't see what's on that screen. It can only see me, but I can see the reflection of what is being written. And thus, for most people, all of it is pre-written, and you're just staring at a screen as the words slowly go up. And when they do, you can continue reading, which is why sometimes you notice when people are talking, reading a speech or whatever, they have these weird pauses. That's the joke that I was just doing, because they're reading a teleprompter. But me, I can do this completely with my eyes closed, because as long as I keep looking at as long as I can see where the microphone is actually and keep talking into it, I actually don't use a prompter. Nobody writes for me. I usually just press go and then start talking. And thus, we have a story about Donald Trump being very critical of Tucker Carlson, largely because Tucker's opinions are now coming to light much more, considering, and I don't mean this in any way derisively, Tucker Carlson's worldview was largely a formulaic show production, and Tucker Carlson's views now are likely his real views. And that was always allowed. So
that's an interesting scenario, because one thing about Tucker, and again, I did not watch Tucker Carlson when he was on Fox News. However, I remember a lot of people that hated mainstream and chat. I know a lot of you were aware of Tucker back then, but a lot of people that hated the mainstream news organizations respected Tucker Carlson. And I mean, I just always heard that from afar. You know what I mean? And so, so I don't know if he had, pro, MAGA people. I have no idea, but I know that Tucker had a lot of respect from people that typically hated the mainstream. Now, I mean, I've been to the Fox News studio. I went on a tour years ago. I think this was like right after COVID, the main COVID, or maybe it was during COVID. I've talked about that before, but yeah, I went to tour it. I got to meet several people, most notably Kayleigh McEnany. And I'll just say that great personality. Met Neil Cavuto, which was really weird. Got to meet Jesse Waters. Told him how big of a fan I was of him on Friends. I told him he did a great job and how much I appreciated that he's moved on from being typecast. And now he's a big host on Fox. I didn't really tell him that. Yeah, so it was interesting to go through that studio and everything. I did see Tucker Carlson's studio as well. And but I didn't, it was just a tour. So I mean, I didn't see like anybody in action or how that worked.
I will stress this. I know Tucker a little bit. He's always been nice to me, and I am largely ambivalent. I'm Tucker Carlson ambivalent, and that is, I think there's things you can criticize him for. I have questions, but for the most part, the man's allowed to have his opinions,
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says Jeremy was wearing hunting boots. I was wearing hunting boots when I went to I forgot about that. So when I went on the Fox News tour, I was literally wearing hunting boots. I was in New York and I was wearing camouflage hunting boots. I'm not bullshitting. Is there a pic of this? Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can get somebody to send me the picture of me and Kayleigh. Let's see if we can find that. Did I post that picture? I have it somewhere. I'll find it. I'll see if I can track it down.
Same is true for Megyn Kelly. I've been very critical of her, especially with the Candace Owens stuff. But you're allowed to have your opinions, I guess. That being said, I think if Megyn took 2 seconds to actually read into what was going on, maybe she would question some of those opinions. As for Tucker, I think the man is deeply opinionated, as he's always been. But what we're getting now is the raw, unfiltered Tucker view. Here's a story from Mediaite. He's not MAGA. Trump officially cuts Tucker Carlson loose from his political movement in stunning comments. Quote, Tucker has lost his way. Trump told Jonathan Karl, I knew that a long time ago. He's not MAGA. MAGA is saving our country. MAGA is making our country great again. MAGA is America first. And Tucker is none of those things. And Tucker is really not smart enough to understand that. I wonder if there's anything actually in this tweet more than just what's written. But I do want to stress this. I tweeted, America first always meant funding another country's government and wars and not taking care of our crumbling infrastructure. And it's funny to see how many people get mad about this. They're like, infrastructure is a state cost, Tim. I'm like, well, sometimes it's a federal cost, like federal highways and things like that. To a certain degree, I know that the states can pay for this, but the feds do pay a lot. The point is, guys, I understand the arguments for going after Iran, the Ayatollah, regime change, all of these things. I understand. I am not naive. That's why I'm also not like this staunch, like Trump is bad, I hate Trump. I'm like, well, if 3 things in life are guaranteed, it's death, taxes, and the U.S. being involved in a war in the Middle East. So I'm not going to cry about it. I just hoped for better. And I do think Trump has tremendous victories in foreign policy, which I'm a fan of. I'm not a fan of these strikes, largely because of the fears we've developed over a lifetime of failed foreign policy pertaining to regime change war. Can Trump prove us wrong? He could. Do I want him to try? No, I don't. But now that he has, I accept that he did. And like every other president, literally forever, this is, here's the thing.
Tim is riding the fence. very, very hard right now. He is terrified to have an actual opinion on this topic right here. I mean, he will not give you a definitive answer at all. Like, he just won't. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, listening to this right now, it's just next level how terrified he is. He's like, I'm going to have every opinion on this. So that way, when everything works out, then I'll be able to say, I told you so. That's essentially what's going on right now. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find this picture. I know I've got it somewhere. But it's going to take me a while probably to track it down. Oh, is this it right here? Okay, hang on. Here we go. You can barely see it. This is in 2020, all right? You can barely see my boots, all right? But here is me and Kayleigh McEnany. There you go, right there. So I'm wearing hunting boots and a Geeks and Gamers hoodie. Oh, man. Yep, there it is. So, and again, she has a great personality. So, yes. And this was before she decided to turn her back on President Trump. But there it is. Yeah, walking in through the Fox News studio with fucking hunting boots like a retard.
The worst thing Trump can do is be the same as every other president, in which case it's moot. The best thing he can do is do a better job than every other president. So here's hoping. I'm not in support of war and strikes in Iran, but I'm going to say best of luck to you, sir. I hope you be the one to prove everybody wrong. Anyway, the comments follow Carlson blasting Trump's administration over their recent strikes in Iran.
And
Carlson
this was given to me. I didn't meet him, but I met someone from his show, and that's all I'll say. I won't say anyone else's name, but I did get a picture, or I got a football from Sean Hannity signed directly to me. If only Sean knew how much I don't like him. But we don't need to talk about that to Sean. We don't need to tell him that. But yeah, there you go.
Called it absolutely disgusting and evil. He's also been vocal in criticizing Trump's admin on issues like the Epstein file, Ukraine, and more. And the funny thing is, I largely agree with Tucker on these things, for the most part. Trump also spoke to Carl about the Iran situation, declaring the military operation a success. In one of multiple interviews Trump conducted on Thursday, in which he declared success in Iran and insisted people are loving it, despite polls painting a more mixed picture. That is indeed correct. Then we have this, Tucker's response. Tucker Carlson responds to Trump throwing him out of MAGA. Quote, I'll always love him.
Now, see, this is disingenuous stuff right here from Tucker Carlson, saying that I'll always love Trump. And it's like, there's so many mixed messages with Tucker Carlson, because we know about the leaked messages of you saying you hated Trump. And which, listen, man, I'm not going to hold somebody accountable for some random thing that they said. We all say shit all the time. So, I mean, I never cared that Tucker Carlson really said that, because I wasn't sure what the context was or whatever. But when you have that, and then, he obviously supported Trump 2024. He did interviews with Trump, and, he's been very supportive of Trump. And then, of course, Trump gets in office, and he started to counter signal Trump a lot. But even then, I was just like, look, I like Tucker Carlson. I appreciate what he's done, yada, 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 especially with him taking over. At one point when Elon was retweeting Tucker constantly, and Tucker's, shows were just crushing it. Tucker was like the main speaker at Turning Point events. He was he was at the Republican National Convention. Like, he was a rock star, man. He was crushing it. And he had the support of, I would say, the heavy majority of MAGA. And then he started counter signaling Trump a lot. And I was like, yeah, it is what it is, but whatever. You can disagree with Trump. It's fine. He would go to the White House and meet with Trump. They would have conversations, but then, they would, go back. Dax Sports says Tucker Carlson, a rock star, Lamau. Dude was the #1 show on all of cable news by a fucking mile. Yeah, Tucker was a fucking rock star. Like, that doesn't mean you have to like him, but objectively, Tucker was the single biggest name in all of news media for several years. It wasn't even close. And when he went independent, he was huge. So yes, doesn't mean you don't have to like him, but he was fucking huge. Then the counter signaling of Trump and all of that. And so we get to this where he has done it again, where he's playing both sides and he's doing all this. And this line right here comes off as very disingenuous of, I'll always love Trump. It's like, dude, you have like a direct line to President Trump. You have an opportunity to voice your displeasure to the most powerful person in the world, and you've done that. Yet the constant counter signaling and game playing that he's doing is starting to get very annoying. John freaking Murdoch says, I stand corrected. Happy Jessica and Mrs. ABF. Twice the pleasure, double the fun. Hail to you, John. Largest podcast ever. I mean, his podcast with Trump and Elon were some of the biggest viewed podcasts in history.
Tucker Carlson responds to Trump throwing him out of MAGA. Quote, I'll always love him. I got a story for you guys. Maybe I'm not supposed to tell it. Maybe it was done for my benefit. But I was literally in a car with Tucker and the president. I think he got a call from the president and missed it and then called him back. And they were talking and laughing, and it was really funny. And there were jokes about whether Tucker would ever run for president and things like this. They are friends. And so I really don't see this as the biggest deal imaginable. And Tucker was always allowed to change his opinions.
I think that Tim is scared of alienating Tucker Carlson, and he doesn't want to be critical of Tucker Carlson. That's what I think. This entire video is Tim saying, I'm going to give you opinions on every side of this, but not take a definitive opinion on anything. That's what Tim's entire video is.
You have criticism of Tucker Carlson over his political views. That was always allowed. So what I don't like is I don't like personalities that are clearly grifting. So perhaps Candace Owens is just not smart.
Is that a personal attack, Tim? Did Tim just attack me? What I
don't like is I don't like personalities that are clearly grifting.
It seems pretty direct, Tim. I know you're upset about CobraCast IRL and then became CobraCast 199. I know you're upset about the memes, the Jack Murphy stuff, the Eliza Blue stuff. I know. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
So perhaps Candace Owens is just not smart. That was always a possibility.
I
But I think she's
disagree.
actually really smart.
Oh,
I think she's a genius. And I think Candace Owens understands something.
Candace Owens is smart. I've said it. I don't care what anybody says. Candace Owens is playing every fucking body. She's playing every fucking body. She doesn't believe any of the shit she says. However, she is a scorned ex or whatever. She's a jealous girl that didn't get picked. I don't know what it is. I do believe that she wanted to be Erica Kirk. I believe she wanted to be Mrs. Charlie Kirk. I believe she wanted to run Turning Point. 100% I believe that. But all the stuff she's saying, I don't believe she believes any of that stuff. I think she's smart as hell and she knows how to play the game better than anybody out here. That's my opinion on it. And I've been consistently saying that. She is good at what she does. She has elevated to the top of all of these right-wing Places like Turning Point, Daily Wire, PragerU. She's played all of them like a fucking fiddle. And they all, because do you know what she knew? She knew that right-wingers would see a black woman who wasn't retarded, who could articulate her points, and they were like, ooh, we've got to hire her so we can show that we're not racist and sexist. And she knew that, and she took full advantage of them. It was a conservative virtue signal, and she took full advantage of it. And I ain't got nothing against her, man.
Very, very important. If you want a mass audience and you want to get the most viewership possible, you gotta be dumb. Lowest common denominator, right? I talk about it all the time, but I just have scruples, right? So the example that I give is maybe you want to eat the asparagus flavored ice cream. I think most people would say that's disgusting. Well, as an ice cream company, if I want to get as many sales as possible, I ain't going to make that flavor. Unless it's because I'm trying to target a market because I can't make money anywhere else. No, what I'd make is vanilla. Look, I know people like chocolate, but the thing about vanilla is a great flavor that allows for so many other flavors. In fact, with vanilla, you can go fruit, or you can go chocolate or caramel or peanut butter, all these different mixtures. But what you really don't want to do for the most part is like mixing fruity with chocolatey. Sometimes it works. The point is this. Candace Owens is a grifter who understands that if she says words that are just too dang big for the average person, they ain't going to tune in because they can't figure out what you're saying. And that's not meant to be mean to people. This is true in all macro level politics.
Well, hold on a minute. Tim has 2 million subscribers on 3 different channels. Now, I don't disagree with the point he's making. I've talked about this with the Donald Trump element. Donald Trump talks like a regular person, and that's why people relate to him. It's just like that clip of Obama talking about, the military operations carried out versus when Trump, and he's like, they did a lot of shooting, and you think you knock on the door. A normal person thinks you knock on the door. Like, people relate to Trump because he talks like a normal person. What he's talking about is like being very disingenuous. I don't know, like, Candace does the whole thing where she mispronounces words and all of that. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I don't watch her enough to understand if that's an intentional thing. But Candace Owens talks relatively intelligent when she's not messing up words, which could be intentional. So she talks relatively intelligent for the most part.
Like the other day, I said something to the effect of, I apologize for my absence. I had been subdued by convalescence. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, consult a dictionary. Now, obviously, most of those words are fine and most people understand them. Subdued is obvious. Absence, duh, right? But convalescence sends people for a loop. It's the period by which, the period after you are incapacitated due to illness or injury. So like you break your leg and you're at home and your leg is broken in a cast.
Is this Tim trying to pretend that he's like, I know words? Like, yeah, okay, Tim, you know words. Thank you for letting us know that you know words. You're so smart. You're so intelligent. And I mean, hey.
I know words. I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid.
Thank you, Tim, for letting us know.
Can't go to work. You are convalescing. Now, to be fair, my friends, I am fully cognizant of this fact. And I know most of you who watch the show understand the word cognizant as well. Heaven help me. If I said things like debacle and kerfluffle, I'd probably get more views. If I talked about how I didn't understand that lightning and thunder were correlating events, I'd probably also get more views. So while I have disdain for someone like Candace, because
that's not why she gets views. She gets views because she makes the craziest theories up in the fucking world. And then she repeats them to a mass audience that are obsessed with the anti-Israel narrative. It has nothing to do with her mispronouncing words. I mean, for fuck's sake, if that was the case, Beardo would be bigger than Mr. Beast. If it was just about mispronouncing words, I don't agree with that at all.
You can just see how she's exploiting for views or whatever. Tucker He's just Tucker. He's got opinions. And that's why people ask me about him. Like, aren't you mad? I'm like, you know, the one thing I criticize him for is that he said he didn't know who Tommy Robinson is. And I'm like, come on, you know who he is. You didn't forget, you know, and so that's silly.
Okay, but didn't he also say that, well, I'm trying to remember this now. Didn't he say that he didn't know his dad was in the CIA when Nick Fuentes exposed that? But then there was video of him before saying that he didn't know his dad was in the CIA where he claimed his dad was in the CIA. Like, there's a lot more than just the Tommy Robinson thing. There's a lot more than just that. A lot more. So, I mean, it is what it is. Nandy says Benology will complete his transition into Tim Pool as soon as he goes bald. Holy shit. Okay. If Benology is willing to rock the Tim Pool beanie and look, I'll bring him back to main event one week. Are you watching Benology? I'll bring you back if you're willing to go full Tim Pool look. All right? And you can't give an opinion on anything definitively. So whatever topic we talk about, you have to basically say how you understand both sides and how you're sympathetic to both sides and not give a definitive answer on anything, but just be like playing both sides of it. That's the ticket right there. That's the ticket.
But for the most part, when Tucker comes out and he's critical of the war in Iran, I'm like, yeah, I get it. When he sells Alps, I'm like not a fan of nicotine, whatever they're called, Zins or whatever. That I don't know. What are they? Nicotine pouches? Not a fan of that. That was what you're allowed to. Like, people are allowed to have opinions. If we agree on the facts, we're good. So Tucker doesn't like, he's critical of Israel. He doesn't like going to war with Iran. All of that is allowed, right? The people like Dave Smith, big fan, good guy, complains about Israel all the time. That is not Israel derangement syndrome to me.
By the way, you're probably not going to like it, but I found somebody that I can honestly say that I like less than Ben Shapiro. And that is Dave Smith. And Ben Shapiro uploaded a 2-minute clip the other day that destroyed Dave Smith. It was brutal. It was so brutal. I got to play it. But so I will take, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I will take Ben Shapiro over Dave Smith.
That is a guy with opinions on Israel. That was always allowed. The thing about Israel derangement syndrome is when people...
No. Dave Smith 1,000% has Israel derangement syndrome. Like, absolutely has it. There is no doubt. There is no doubt about it. You cannot sit there and say that he does not have that. He absolutely fucking does.
Talking about, like, how every problem that we face in this country is rooted in Israel and that they control our country and government secretly and we're beholden to that. Just stop. Because, like, it ignores every other data point. So ultimately, my conclusion here, the point is this. Tucker's allowed to have whatever opinion he wants to have, and I've got no issue whatsoever with it. Some people say he's being paid by Qatar. I don't know. Some people are paid by some people, whatever. There's claims that people are getting money from Israel. Sure, I guess. You know, I think that's just a cop-out for the most part. I do think there are people paid by Israel. Like, there are some people that just all of a sudden...
This dude was in a private meeting with Netanyahu, with American podcasters. I just, like... Tim is not a stupid guy. Tim is not dumb. All right? I've said a broken record back in the day. I think Tim is very, very good at what he does. Okay. I've said this 100 times. He's a smart guy. He's good at what he does. He's created a hell of a network. All respect to him. Going to a private meeting with Netanyahu in the United States of America, where there are other podcasters there. There is zero good about that. There is no good that comes from that. Regardless of what the intent was, if it's found out that you're there, horrible optics. And he has tried to spin that. He has tried to spin that, but no, man. That was a terrible situation right there.
Sudden one day we're like, by the way, I love Israel. And I'm like, well, that's pointed and odd. There was this scandal that came out where Tucker interviewed the premier of Qatar and allegedly got paid, and this is not correct. A consulting firm was paid to try and organize the interview, to which Tucker accepted. And I think Tucker has got favorable views on Qatar. That's always a lot. Like, I don't know. Like
Qatar? You mean Qatar? What's Qatar?
You guys, I'm not playing these stupid games where it's like, if you have an opinion that's beneficial to someone, you're paid by them. No, sometimes people just have opinions and you don't need to be paid by them. So that being said, right, Tucker Carlson said, there are times I get annoyed with Trump, right now definitely included, but I'll always love him no matter what he says about me. And, okay. Trump also lumped podcaster Megyn Kelly with Carlson after she claimed no one should die for a foreign country. Trump told Rachel Bade of the Inner Circle, I think that MAGA is Trump. MAGA's not the other two, he said of Kelly and Carlson. MAGA.
I have seen people, I think it was Marjorie Taylor Greene today or yesterday. No, there it is right there. There's the quote. Okay, sorry. So I guess he's going to do the quote that Marjorie Taylor Greene said. Do you see what she said? Trump is not America first. He's donor first. Tucker would beat Trump if he ran for president. What? Stop it.
Wants to see our country thrive and be safe, and MAGA loves what I'm doing, every aspect of it. This is a detour that we have to take in order to keep our country safe. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, I support Tucker. Now, I will say this.
No. Go back to that line. Go back to that line. See, you know why he didn't want to read that? Because he would have to sit there and say, Tucker doesn't have a chance in fucking hell at beating Trump. But he didn't want to read that shit. It says it right there on the bottom. Greene continued that Trump is not America first. He's donor first. Tucker would beat Trump if he ran for president, and Trump tried to violate the Constitution and tried to run again for the third term. And get the hell out of here, dude. Trump would annihilate Tucker. It would be a fucking massacre. And he didn't even want to touch that one. He didn't even want to touch it. You know why? Because he would have to give a definitive answer on an obvious retarded take. But hasn't she been on Timcast before? Marjorie Taylor Greene, has she been on Timcast? I feel like she has. Wait for the chat to let me know. I feel like she has. She has. So there you have it. Tim doesn't want to alienate her, a potential guest in the future. That's it, man. That's what this is all about. That's what it's all about. Just wanting to not give opinions because we don't want to upset anyone. Well, fuck it. I upset everybody. That's why nobody likes me, but who fucking cares, right? Okay, so this clip right here, I can't believe that I'm watching a Ben Shapiro clip and I'm going to be complimenting what little Ben Shapiro says. But little Ben Shapiro has a take that I cannot disagree with anything he says right here.
Apparently, he had on Dave Smith. Apparently, his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy takes, and also to hate America. Here we go.
The IDF is the worst terrorist organization in the region. Let's get real. The United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world.
Bro just said the United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world, while having an American flag behind him. One more time.
Also to hate America. Here we go.
The IDF is the worst terrorist organization in the region. Let's get real. The United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world. If you want to look over the last 25 years.
As he says that while in the United States of America, mind you, this guy makes millions of dollars by going around and telling everyone how Israel has control of the United States of America and how America is the worst country in the world while doing it in America under our freedoms that we have. Fucking retard.
how many innocent civilians we've slaughtered. You're getting us into the neocon. Yeah, that's right. You're getting us into the neocon 7th war.
Well, Ben Ferguson rightly notes at that point that he might want to take down the American flag behind him. That is right. It doesn't matter, it turns out, how many times you appear on Joe Rogan's show or how many times you hide behind your title of comedian who holds the Guinness Book of World Records for fewest jokes told, or how many times you spew puerile analogies that demonstrate nothing but unbelievable, willful ignorance of the nature of war. I'm sorry, but you hate the country if you say America is the worst terrorist organization in the world. You just do.
True.
To make that argument, you have to deliberately obscure the difference between actual terrorists who actually are seeking deliberately to kill innocent people in the name of politics, not collateral damage, deliberately seeking to kill innocent people, and nation states who are seeking to avoid civilian casualties, often while fighting those actual terrorists, which of course is the point for people who hate America, to reduce America to the level of its enemies in order to uphold those enemies. That is the goal. Now, I know that Dave Smith is super duper excited.
I love this part right here. Okay, so the thing about, so he just destroys Dave Smith right here. Now, this next part, Dave Smith really wants Ben Shapiro to acknowledge his existence. It's what he lives for, okay? And the fact that Ben is leaning into that right now, I appreciate so much. So listen to this part right here.
The point for people who hate America, to reduce America to the level of its enemies in order to uphold those enemies. That is the goal. Now, I know that Dave Smith is super duper excited that his name was mentioned here. And he's sitting there shouting at his TV screen in his basement, "Debate me, bro!" To which I answer, nah. I don't debate with trolls who claim that America is the biggest terrorist state in the world because that is idiotic. I didn't debate the Lyndon LaRouche followers who sat in Harvard Square carrying anti-war cardboard signs back in the day. And I feel no necessity to debate a completely intellectually dishonest interlocutor who spends his days cribbing Noam Chomsky and then immediately retreats to his pose of ignorant comedian every time he is confronted with a fact.
Every single time that Dave Smith has to stand by the shit he says, he pulls the comedian card. Every time. It's just ridiculous. And I love that Shapiro pulled that one on him.
Back in the day. And I feel no necessity to debate a completely intellectually dishonest interlocutor who spends his days cribbing Noam Chomsky and then immediately retreats to his pose of ignorant comedian every time he is confronted with a fact. Dave Smith is the kind of fellow who says that Donald Trump should be in jail for life as a war criminal, legitimizes every single scurrilous figure on the internet from Nick Fuentes to Candace Owens, and then demands that everyone treat him as though he is some sort of honest, worthy intellectual opponent. He's not. If you would like to hear a complete dismantling of Dave Smith, I highly recommend Coleman Hughes' interview with Smith over at the Free Press. Just go check that out. Save yourself some time. And by the way, you also hate America if you claim that the president of the United States is merely a tool of foreign interests without any evidence whatsoever, like none. You're promoting lies directly mirroring those of the Iranian terrorist government in direct contravention of truth and of the Trump administration's own words.
Rare Ben Shapiro dub. Rare Ben Shapiro dub. Again, if I was to ever, not that I ever think that it'll happen, if I ever met Ben Shapiro, I would say, can you and I talk pop culture and no politics? Because it's weird because I'm a Trump supporter that hates your fucking politics, but I like your pop culture takes. I do. I generally like your pop culture takes. When you talk politics, I generally can't stand to listen to anything Ben Shapiro says, but I give him the dub on this one because it's a good take. It's a good take. So there it is. You guys agree on 95%? I don't know if we agree on 95%, man. And I know we agree on a lot. I know me and Ben Shapiro agree on a lot, but his like obsession with being pro-Israel and how he is Israel first over America while living in America, that is a big fucking problem for me. You know, people that love a place so much, go fucking live there. Go live there. If you love it so much, if you think all of our resources, if you think all of our focus should be there, then why don't you go live there? And the fact that he is so hyper focused on it. I remember when whatever happened back in October. I mean, his Twitter account was just non-stop, just screeching at anybody. He was screeching at every American of why don't you care about what's going on in Israel? Like, because we don't. Like, we don't have to. You can care, but that doesn't mean everybody else has to care. And he was overly emotional about it to the point where it was just like distracting how much he was going off on people. He was demanding, like, if you're an American, you should care about this. And it's like, no, I don't have to care about this. You can care about it, but you should be shaming other people that have never been there, that have no ties to it, that have no interest in it. No. And so that's my big issue with him. So, yeah, we probably do agree on most things. And the fact that I meme on the anti-Israel crowd so much, he probably would like that, but he would not like my opposite side of things. So it is what it is. But a good take from Ben Shapiro. Credit where credit is due, sir. Okay, where are we at? Quentin says, let's see, what's your review of White Men Can't Jump? I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time. I loved it, but it's been a long time, so I'd have to watch it again. 8 o'clock says, to be fair to that guy, he might have been hoping Trump would just play along and just be all-knowing Trump we know. Yeah, I agree. Nips Litter says, X-Wing 5 eats pork chop sandwiches the wide way. Brighton Matt says, the clip during the debate between Trump and Joe Biden, that was the first thing that came to my mind when he said the word smart. Let's see here. Enema 69 says, stop filing your taxes. They don't care. Rebel. Summer says, how to get tickets next time. I'm old, Savannah, Georgia. Well, I mean, it's the meetup is free. So it's as far as just we're not charging for the meetup. So but yeah, so the meetup is free. You just have to come to Orlando. So, but next time, absolutely. And MegaCon, obviously, they charge to come to MegaCon, but the meetup is free. Gerald Armstrong says, George Washington in a t-shirt. Right? Yeah, they should have put him in a fucking hoodie if we're gonna do that. Grinder Drone says, I need a lot of what Glenn Beck is taking. Peter says, AI and a 250 plus year old president, just stupid evil. Gerald Armstrong says, AI George said bomb Iran. Gerald Armstrong says, River Miles says, George Floyd AI next. We played it. A lot of people are probably gonna be mad about that one. MAGA Mike says, for the Fent Dimension tax. Craptar's Hammer says, Grok, was that actually George Washington? Dinus says, Glenn Beck made George Washington from Metal Gear Solid 2 a reality. Is Glenn one of the sons of patriots? Kojima literally predicted this. Gerald Armstrong says, if Trump runs for a third term, prepare for Trump versus Obama. Eric says, Jeremy has no writers. He cannot read. This is true. Joel Andy says, is Tim trying to say that Tucker got the Ron Burgundy treatment? Miniature of One Thing says, y'all saw Brandon Herrera one, right? Oh, yeah, I talked about it earlier. It's awesome. Far Right says, how did she turn on Trump? By the way, does anyone know why the Democrats turned out was so big in Texas the other day? Jeremy Gay. Well, she supported DeSantis. So that's directly stabbing Trump in the back. Talking about Kayleigh McEnany. She was a DeSantis bro. Beck and AI Play says, Tim watches CobraCast confirmed. Parky says, Tim Pool beard of shame tax. Elwing Secret Garden says, I started questioning Tucker after the Putin interview. I wasn't upset with the interview itself. It was the propaganda tour he went on after. Jacob says, Tim Pool and Candace sitting in a tree. Mike Hill says, later this month, a movie will release where POC will turn herself Caucasian to be popular in school. Joe says, what's deeply saddening is that podcasters and internet personalities have become just as bad as mainstream media. Stay honest and real, Jeremy. I appreciate it, man. I do. There's a lot of craziness right now. Vault 199 says, gave up on Tim, sick of 25-minute videos saying nothing. He really does say a lot of nothing. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with the membership. The good Tom King says, Ben Shapiro literally said he only supports U.S. as far as support Israel. He's literally Israel first. Yeah, no, exactly. He is. He's literally Israel first. And so I have no problem with you being Israel first. Go to Israel. Let's see. Zachary says Ben Shapiro is the first, is Israel first, but I would say he does love the U.S. Dave Smith absolutely hates the U.S. after that comment. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that too. I don't think that Ben Shapiro hates America at all. I don't. I think he loves America. And it's clear that Dave Smith does not. So we're on the same page on that. Absolutely. Well, whatever says Tim attacked Jeremy Tax. I know it hurt, man. It hurt. Mon Eric says, as punishment, they just arrested the mother and sister of that teacher who would not say the pronouns. They will not use pronouns well. Jeez, what a crazy situation, man. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says, if Trump allows American boots on the ground in Iran, kiss the midterms goodbye. Sad but true. Look, I've said, man, I personally am not a fan of military operations in Iran on the surface. But I know that there's a lot more to it. I mentioned what I thought Trump might be doing with what he's done in Venezuela, what he might be doing in Iran and dismantling our enemies. I think that's a realistic theory, but I don't know that is it right now. I have no idea. So, time will tell what it ultimately is, but I don't like the idea of it, but I acknowledge that I do trust Trump. I trust the administration to do the job they need to do. And I'm not going to overreact and freak out and, do all that. I'll just have to be honest to say, I don't love it, but I'm going to trust that they know what they're doing because, that's why we voted for Trump. And he's been doing this for a long time. And I'm not going to sit there and just be mad because I disagree with something like a fucking leftist or some loser. That's just not how it goes. They are not dumb enough for boots on the ground. Well, we've heard that Trump might be considering that, but who knows what the reporting is. We'll see. What I do know is it's a perfect time to play this gold clip again right here, because this is some of the greatest Trump stuff you will ever see from Shane Gillis.
Oh my God. Wait, what are you guys? This is an unbelievable moment. You do not look at Joe Biden. Sit down. So scared.
Tony, what an unbelievable experience it is. What a great show this could be. Instead, we've got an absolute idiot here running the show.
This is a moment we will never forget. This is incredible. What a shocking surprise. No one more shocked than President Joe Biden. He looked so scared.
Who just shit my pants?
Oh my God.
Yes, that's Kill Tony. That's Kill Tony. That was like, dude, Shane Gillis as Trump is like, it's some of the best stuff ever, man. Let me see if I can find a little bit better, longer version of that one, because it was just insane. Is this it right here? Hang on. Here we go.
A lot of great guys, too. Tony, what an unbelievable experience it is. What a great show this could be. Instead, we've got an absolute idiot here running the show. Oh, hey. What a great lady. I talked to her backstage. And wonderful woman. The tits are real. Excuse me. A lot of people are saying her tits are fake. They're not fake. I touched them. And great tits. Wonderful tits. American tits. And that's the thing that we've lost under this administration. Where are the American tits anymore? 4 years ago, there were American tits. Now there's no American tits. Tony, I think
it was okay, according to you.
It was not. It was. Frankly, you should be embarrassed about it. I would. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, this is the first thing we agree on. That was dog shit.
It's in New York. Okay.
Yeah. What a wonderful city that is. Great city. Now homeless. This guy's dad. Ruining New York. You have a lot of work to do. You should stop collecting bugs and get a job. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, plenty of
What are you
jobs.
really doing?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? What, you stick your dick in a bucket of Mountain Dew?
Listen to this guy. Joe, you could do nothing to me. I would hurt you severely, and everyone here knows it. I would beat Joe's ass so badly, frankly.
Towards each other until one of you chickens out and moves away.
That's very funny. Joe Biden did that with Big Mike.
Oh my goodness, man. This is legendary shit, dude. Look at the Biden smile. It's a perfect Biden smile. It's absolutely on point.
They played gay chicken every day. She'd say, Joe, this is a chocolate cone. He would go, whoa. This is a dick. You've got a dick. A huge dick, a white snake, a black snake. Michelle Obama has a giant black dick. Hey, hey. A huge dick, a white snake, a black snake. Michelle Obama has a giant black dick. Hey. I had a few Bud Lights. I'm going to turn into Sleepy Joe in a minute. We're both going to be doing a Joe Biden impression. What a shitty story. What a dumb, boring story. You brought us here. You're going to talk about parking tickets. Of course he's getting parking tickets. He is very Asian.
It's a great point, President Trump. Do you always get a lot of parking tickets, Hans?
Yes.
Is he still working for the banks?
I have no idea.
You don't talk to him?
Yeah, I stopped talking to my dad.
Why did you stop talking to your dad?
He's kind of crazy.
But why?
How is he crazy? Did he say, stop working at a fucking grocery store? Stop doing comedy, get a real job. I'm a millionaire banker and my son is a retarded anime pussy. Hey.
What are you doing at Trader Joe's?
Just like
Trader Joe, that's what we call this guy. He's sold out this country.
But young Drew Nickens here.
I thought he did a great job. I thought everybody in this room was totally captivated. And everyone understood exactly what he was saying. And he didn't scare anyone. No one was scared, and everyone knew exactly what you were saying. I think you're a great American.
He loves you, Drew. Are you voting for Trump in November?
I voted for RFK Jr. I thought his set was absolutely terrible. What a complete mess that set was. What an embarrassment, truly. Everyone was scared. No one understood him. He, frankly, came off worse than anyone yet, including the racist Mexican OT.
All right.
Tony, how many more retarded guys do you have back?
Anything can happen.
This crowd is hungry for more retarded guys. And frankly, I don't think we've seen enough retarded guys. How about a retarded racist? Would you like to see?
This next person could be one. I pulled it out of the bucket. It is the Kill Tony debut, I do believe, of Jacob Barr, everybody. Jacob Barr. Oh, my God.
My body.
Did you see Gillis? Did you see Gillis?
Everybody, Jacob Barr. Oh, my God.
Woo!
My body, something's fucked up. Just point at it.
The 7 deadly symptoms. And you've got them. You've got all of them. But for a guy with mangled arms, you talk very articulate.
It is very good.
Yeah, you're
Very good, very bright guy. It didn't affect your brain. Good brain. Great brains. Just as God intended, men should not have assholes. That is gay. Having an asshole is gay. Frankly, under my administration, no men will have assholes. Trust me, that was a great joke, and the internet is going to prove that I made a great joke and that this room is tired and dumb. You all got a Home Alone 2 reference, and no one knew Jurassic Park. A few years ago, excuse me, a few years ago, everyone would have got the Jurassic Park
Bro, this
reference.
is so crazy.
It was a Jurassic World under my administration.
My bad.
What a great show. What an amazing show. A lot of people say this is one of the best shows that's ever happened. Probably the best show. I'm not tired or have to piss incredibly bad. I'll tell you what, when you have to pee and that guy's fucking screaming, it really hurts. So wrap it up, please.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff right there.
Sorry, Trump. So
legendary clip right there, man. So that's from the Kill Tony show. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's really good, and I would highly recommend it. You could probably find it on the Kill Tony channel, but it's fantastic. Guns and Butter says small hat tax. Vice says people are upset about boots on the ground in Iran, but we literally have boots on the ground right now in Ecuador. We're carrying out missions against cartels. JDT says, if Trump endorses Paxton, I'm voting for Paxton. If Trump endorses Cornyn, I'm voting for Paxton. Still love Trump, but hell no to Cornyn. Yeah, I mean, Trump endorsed Tony Gonzalez, and there was no chance I would. I mean, I'm not in the area, but there's no chance I would have supported Tony Gonzalez over Brandon Herrera if I'm in the area. And obviously Trump's endorsement didn't really mean much on that one. Now, most of the time his endorsement does mean something, but it didn't there. That's for sure. Britty for 10 says, Jeremy, you could have a contest and winner would get a paid trip to that con thing and get to hang out around you. If you picked one person from subscribers only, you may pick up some subscriptions. That's not a bad idea. It might be a little too late in the game, but maybe I can do that for the next round because we're very close right now. Hotels are maxed out, everything like that. That's not a bad idea though. Better yet, pick a winner from someone who purchased your merch. Don't read this aloud. It's a great marketing idea. And I just did. But no, I don't mind. You would get credit. Give me that idea. So totally. That's awesome, actually. Is it Jarek for 10 says, I told my family to watch this show. They said, I don't put stock in gamers' opinions on politics. I said, give him a chance. They finally did. And now they respect you a lot less. That is the best super chat of the night right there. And I got to read this one more time. Okay. I told my family to watch the show. They said they don't put stock in gamers' opinions on politics. I said, give him a chance. They finally did. And now they respect you a lot less. I respect the hell out of that. Thank you so much for at least trying. I'm sorry I let you down. And I apologize to your parents and all of the intelligent people out there that, don't watch this show or tried to watch it because someone tried to convince you it was a good show. I apologize on behalf of everybody. But with that said, a few people watch this show and we're going to have a hell of a time in Orlando. MegaCon, it's officially set 10:15 a.m. Our panel starts. It's going to be awesome. We will. And by the way, for those that are curious, we will record this in its entirety. Just as we did the last few years, we will have that uploaded. So don't worry if you're not able to make it. We will have the panel recorded and we will have it uploaded for all of you to see. So you will get to see it in its entirety. Also, for our meetup, we will be recording, live streaming that as well. If you have if you're interested in coming, I'll be shocked if, are we out completely? Let's see. All right, a few tickets left. There are less than 10 RSVP spots at the time of me asking at the end of Friday Night Tights. We're all but sold out. But regardless, when I say sold out, they're free, but you have to RSVP so we know that you're coming, because we got to know how many people are showing up. So anyway, with that said, we're going to call it right there. You guys were trying to predict when I ended the stream. So I'll be honest with you. The only reason that I went on a little bit longer is because somebody called it earlier and says Jeremy's trying to end the stream. So I intentionally took it another 15 minutes longer, and now Laughing Man's trying to predict when I'm ending the stream, and it really pisses me off when you guys predicted that I'm ending the stream. So because Laughing Man says I predicted it, I'm not going to end the stream now. We're going to go for a few more minutes, okay? Just because Laughing Man, okay? So I'm not ending it now, okay? Now I'm not, all right? Now we can talk more about, let's talk more about Iran, okay? Because that's what we're going to do. Let's talk more about Iran. Fuck it. I'm not ending because of you guys. So now Jessica's mad. Don't blame me, Jessica. Blame Laughing Man. Blame the chat. Not my fault. Here we go. Jeez.
Operation Epic Fury is penetrating deep inside of Iran. As tonight, we're being told it'll be.
That's an interesting play on words there, Ross Geller. That's an interesting play on words, Ross Geller. I got to imagine that was intentional.
Operation Epic Fury is penetrating deep inside of Iran. As tonight, we're being told it'll be the biggest bombing campaign of the war. U.S. forces are exterminating what's left of the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. The crippling air campaigns left them bruised, battered, and confused because U.S. growlers are in the air, jamming Iranian electronics. So the regime is flying blind. Their drones are falling out of the sky like dead pheasants. The growlers are scrambling their signals, or they're being shattered by U.S. precision rockets. American warships haven't even used our lasers. We're saving them for the next phase. That's on top of the Air Force sinking Tehran's drone carrier last night in the Gulf. Their Navy has nearly nothing left in the water. U.S. Central Command confirming that we've sunk over 43 Iranian vessels. Here's one of their crown jewels. Watch.
This commissioning sends a clear message of military self-sufficiency.
But probably the most important capability of Shahid Bagheri is that it can remain at sea for an extended period of up to a year, a feature that makes it a game changer for the Iranian armed forces.
Now it's at the bottom of the Gulf.
Woo! Man. That's like, I need some Team America World Police. America F yeah.
We've hit more than 3,000 targets, and the operation isn't even a week old. And you know what else just got hit? The Ayatollah's bunker. The IDF struck it this morning with 50 fighter jets. It's also home to Iran's primary command and control center. Well, it was. Most of the regime couldn't be there to see it. We killed 50 of their leaders in the first 50 seconds of the war. Just incredible stuff. And now Iran's underground missile cities are being turned into ash. 13 of them have been blown to rubble. Former CENTCOM commander and CIA director, General Petraeus, says we are in total control.
We want to bring in the big ones, the B-52s, the B-1 bombers, and they are flying now almost at will. I would argue that we have actually achieved air supremacy, not just air superiority.
As Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said, we're just getting started. The USS Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier, just arrived.
It was last seen sailing through the Suez Canal and should be in the theater momentarily. Right behind it, the USS Bainbridge, a guided missile destroyer with state-of-the-art Tomahawk capabilities, and the USS George H.W. Bush should be next to arrive.
Well, nothing says war like a George H.W. Bush ship.
That put 3 carriers in the neighborhood. And just for a little extra oomph, Ukraine's got our back. They've pioneered the most advanced anti-drone tech, dealing with the swarms of Iranian drones since Putin invaded. Zelensky says he wants to help. Maybe offer us these wild hornets. The Ukrainians built these beautiful, low-cost, fast, agile.
Oh, is it HW? So it wasn't W. Did I miss that? So that's Bush 41 then, not Bush 43. Bush 41.
Kamikaze drones. These Iranian drones can be a real nuisance. They're like mosquitoes. But we've been reverse engineering them and shooting them right back at them. It's saving you money.
You remember what you used to always hear? We're shooting down a $50,000 drone with a $2 million missile. These days, we're spending a lot of time shooting down $100,000 drones with $10,000 weapons from ours. So that's one aspect of it. Lucas, indispensable, as many of you know, and if you don't know, this was an original Iranian drone design. We captured it, pulled the guts out, sent it back to America, put a little Made America on it, brought it back here, and we're shooting them at the Iranians.
You know who's getting nervous? The Russians. They've reportedly been helping Iran with intel, giving them locations of our warships and aircraft. Trump's not worried.
It sounds like the Russians are helping Iran target and attack Americans now.
That's an easy problem compared to what we're doing here.
I have not heard that line from Trump. Holy shit. I had not heard that one yet. Holy shit.
It sounds like the Russians are helping Iran target and attack Americans now.
That's an easy problem compared to what we're doing here.
The Iranian strategy comes down to this: hunker down and wait for America to lose its will, and hit the Arabs and hit the oil to drive up the costs to the alliance. They're losing the war, so they're waging an economic war as a last resort. Their military is nearly neutered. They went from 100 missiles firing a day yesterday. They launched 8.
Yeah, they're
8.
I saw a breakdown of how many missiles they've launched per day, and they are depleted big time. Like there's almost none left. They have almost nothing to continue fighting with.
Their fighter jets are Vietnam era. We're fighting a next generation war with a country still stuck in the 60s. Trump's in no rush. He tells Time magazine this: I have no time limits on anything. I want to get it done. The president wants us to keep going.
In Iran, we're doing very well. Somebody said, how would you score it from 0 to 10? I said, I'd give it a 12 to a 15. Their army is gone. They're just about, look, their Navy is gone. Their communications are gone. Their leaders are gone. 2 sets of their leaders are gone. They're down to their 3rd set. Their Air Force is wiped out entirely. Other than that, they're doing very well.
As for a ground invasion, POTUS says it's a waste of time. He wants the same thing as Truman.
What the president means is that when he, as commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces, determines that Iran no longer poses a threat to the United States of America and the goals of Operation Epic Fury has been fully realized, then Iran will essentially be in a place of unconditional surrender, whether they say it themselves or not.
Unconditional surrender. We'll know it when we see it. If the mission's a success, the world will owe the president a debt of gratitude, because 1/3 of the world's population was within Iranian missile range, from Paris to Calcutta. And with their uranium stockpiles, their ambition was Armageddon. Trump's strategy: decapitate, then delegate.
As for the future of Iran, as the president has pointed to, of course it's in the best interest of the United States of America for Iran to no longer be led by a radical terrorist regime that chants death to America and is lying to the United States and the world about their secret ambitions to possess a nuclear bomb. President Trump does not want to see that.
Another thing on the back of the president's mind: oil. cargo ships aren't leaving the Strait of Hormuz, and
Look, the bottom line is however you feel about the Iran situation with the United States, the United States military is the greatest military, and it's not even like there's no debate. It is incredible how awesome our military is. It's incredible, and we are very, very lucky as Americans to have the greatest military ever assembled in the history of the world. And that's why nobody's ever going to mess with us here at home. And it's why places like Canada and Mexico enjoy the safety that they have, because they share a border with the United States of America. It is, you can eliminate all of the back and forth and your emotions on this, your emotions on that. The greatest military in the history of the world right here. And it's fucking awesome. It really is. And each and every person, regardless of your stance on this, should be thankful and show respect to the military all the time.
oil just hit $90 a barrel. That's an issue. But the Trump administration's confident that the oil is going to flow.
The bottom line is our expectation is, given the extreme success of our military, that the things that oil markets are concerned about will be less and less relevant relatively soon. It's something that we're following very closely, and we have a high regard for the military that is putting together a plan to make sure that we can get ships through.
The administration has about 3 weeks before the Arabs have to stop production. Eventually, they run out of storage. That's the window, and the president knows it. But he doesn't look worried. He's confident once the regime collapses, the Strait opens, full production resumes, oil and gas prices will plummet, and the market rallies. This is just in from the American defense contractors we're seeing. They met with the White House, and they've agreed to quadruple the production of munitions. They're going to fast track it. Iran's in big trouble. Another domino could fall even closer to home. 47 sending Rubio to Havana.
Yep,
the president
that's
says
happening.
This, I'm doing it all. We'll fix it. You think Biden could do all of this? I don't think so.
This is why I believe that the argument that the reason that I believe the argument falls flat that Israel is in control of Trump, first of all, it's just nonsense. But to actually give some context to it, Donald Trump is looking to fundamentally change the landscape of everything. And he is looking to clean up problems all over the place, not just Iran, not just in the Middle East. He's cleaning up shit everywhere. And that's why a lot of this shit just falls flat. And it's just ridiculous that so many people are too stupid to, see beyond that Donald Trump is, we're always going to have a president. We're always going to have, this, that, or the other. There's always going to be a pope. There's always going to be an elected official. Okay, great. There's only one Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, I don't know if Donald Trump himself believes this as much as I believe that this is his purpose. Donald Trump is a transformative figure in not only American history, but world history. He will when he leaves office for whenever that is, his legacy will be that he has fundamentally changed the entire landscape of the world. And the United States will be more powerful and more respected than it has been in any of our lifetimes. And hopefully the people that are there to take over the reins are built to continue on his legacy. But that will be what his legacy is, whether he believes it or not. And I know he memes on it. I know he laughs about it. I know he makes jokes about it. I believe that that is his destiny. I absolutely believe that.
President's on a roll. He's setting the foundation for peaceful coexistence among all nations. And he's even showing the Europeans how to save their countries and cultures. Thank God the United States has not sustained a battlefield casualty since Sunday. So the whole work week No Americans killed in action. We hope Operation Epic Fury continues to be safe for our soldiers, successful, and ahead of schedule.
There we go. Very good recap from Jesse Waters, and good to see that we haven't lost any soldiers since Sunday. Sad that we've lost any though, and that's very frustrating. Harley Dave says, "Hey Jeremy, you look angry. Have you considered not doing that?" No, I haven't, but I appreciate you. Harley Dave says, "Hey Jeremy, you look confused. Have you ever considered edumacation?" Did I say edumacation? Oh gosh, he's so stupid. He doesn't know what education is. No, I don't. Education is overrated. At least the school system is overrated anyway. Grandis Potato says, "I dare you to not end this stream." Shorty Short says, "Jeremy's big ass water bottle tags." Miniature Von Thing says, "Jeremy is trying to prolong the stream." Miniature Von Thing says, "Iran's ships can now stay at the sea forever." James All Day says, "Did you hear what's going on with BlackRock?" I've heard a little bit, but I'm not overly familiar with it. I think Savvy was talking about something with it. So, and now, fuck all of you for saying I'm ending the stream. Now I am going to end the stream just because you guys are saying that I don't want to end it. Harley Dave says, "Hi, Jeremy. You look stoic. Have you ever tried excitement?" Thank you, Harley Dave. Kate Banfield for 20 says, "My dad was in the U.S. Navy, 47 to 67. Major IDOT, to your point, Trump is fixing this shit, doing what the generals were reinstated by U.S. Congress from Korea to today." Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like with what he's doing, nobody does anything worth a damn without pissing some people off. Okay, it's just that simple. Leadership requires making decisions that people don't understand, people are confused, and people are going to doubt you. People are going to accuse you of X, Y, and Z. Welcome to the real world. That is where we are. That's how it's been for as long as there's been alpha males out there doing things. And so, you know, the weak will be the weak. The pathetic will be the pathetic. And that's just the reality of the world. And I don't have sympathy for people that are too weak to understand tough decisions have to be made. John freaking Murdoch says, "Hey, Jeremy, just so you know, I listen to you because you aren't educated." That's very nice. I thank you for that. Thank you. Jim P says, "Prolonged stream tax." Harley Dave says, "Hey, Jeremy, you look expended. Have you tried not ending this stream?" Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. Thank you. You guys are just having fun with the memes, aren't you? Just like fucking with me at this point. So, but we are ending. We are ending. So, again, one more time. If you have not, go to Ripasend. Click the link in the pinned post. We got the CobraCast hoodie. We got the MegaCon t-shirt. Those are only going to be available until Tuesday now. Tuesday is the final day. All right. We knew it. Shut the fuck up. I don't like it when you knew what I was doing. All right. I don't like that. Pisses me off. Harley Dave says, "Pathetic." Now Harley's mad at me. Maybe I can't end. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Kate says Sabaton. All right. I think that's a good call. We're going to end it with Sabaton. Make sure you go get the CobraCast hoodie, the MegaCon shirt. I will be live all weekend again because why not? I'm going to do it. Nailed it. 2 hours, 26 stream. No, because we got Sabaton. That's going to bring us right up to 2.5 hours. Make sure you subscribe to D-Day Cobra 2. We appreciate all the support over there. That channel is continuing to grow. It's been awesome to see. TJ says, when my dad passed away, I started, past last May, I started letting my hair grow out. I now look like JD Advanced. I need the suit. Bro, that's what's up right there. That would be awesome. All right, we're going to end it there. Have a good night, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.